Hey, what's up, everybody? Um, we had a little glitch. I don't know what happened, but it just all of a sudden glitched, and I was off, and now I'm on. What do you know? So here we are. We're back again. I hope you will continue to join us. Um, and I'm going to check out and see what's going on here if we're going live or not. Let's just take a look and see what's going on. So, welcome everybody. Welcome back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, and so we're back with the second part of our Facebook Live, um, which is Angry Buddha 2. This is a perfect example, right? This is a perfect example. So, if you're just joining us, we were on and something glitched out and we just lost the feed. So now we're back and we started with Angry Buddha, right? We were talking about Angry Buddha. Hey everybody, glad you guys are back. So for those of you just joining, let me recap. We're talking about this idea of Angry Buddha and what that means. I wrote the title because Buddha, I'm going to do a really quick recap. Buddha doesn't mean, Buddha isn't a person that lived 2,000 years ago and that's more enlightened and smarter than you and I will ever be. Buddha means the enlightened one. Buddha means the knower or enlightened one. And what is enlightenment but consciousness, awakening, right? Awakening is enlightenment. And what is awakening? Awakening is being aware. To awaken is the act of suddenly becoming aware of something. So Buddha is awareness. Buddha knowledge, Buddha means consciousness. Buddha means awakened. Buddha means aware. That we're just aware. So I wrote the topic Buddha, Angry Buddha, because it speaks to the fact that there's not one aspect of our nature. We all have a Buddha nature. It's like Christ. Christ isn't Jesus's last name. Christ is a state of consciousness. Buddha is a state of consciousness. Kaleo, what's up? Woo! Torota Autumn. So, Angry Buddha is the awareness that we all have a Buddha nature, we all have a Christ nature, and that there's not one part of us that doesn't deserve love and compassion. There's not one part of what I'm feeling or experiencing. And so much of what I feel and experience gets caught in the downward spiral of self-recrimination and blame and guilt and shame because I shouldn't be feeling this way, or I can't believe I did that last night again. I got up in the middle of the night and ate peanut butter and honey out of the jar. And then you get up in the morning and you go, I can't believe I did that. I've ruined everything that I've worked for. La, 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 la. That was just hungry middle of the night Buddha, right? And in the morning when I'm feeling guilty and shameful, that's guilty and shameful Buddha. And when I'm angry at myself for it, that's angry Buddha. And when I get indigestion from it, that's Buddha with heartburn. And that's what I'm talking about. Not one part of you, not one part of me doesn't deserve love and compassion for exactly how we're feeling. Now, here's the thing. There's a couple Buddha quotes that I want to bring forth. One, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Okay, so by acknowledging your Buddha nature, we're coming into the present moment, right? If I am pissed off at myself about eating in the middle of the night, or pissed off that I'm now shameful and guilty and regretful in the morning, then I'm not in the future. I'm in the past with my blame and guilt, and or I'm futurizing how I want it to be when I'm not feeling this way. Whatever possibility, the past or the future, I'm not in the present, and the present moment is the only place where possibilities exist. Because the past only is what we know. And the greater part of the dimensions of knowledge are what we don't know. We don't know. We know this much. There's more than my hands can stretch of what we don't know. And that is where the greater part of our wisdom and knowledge comes from the field of possibility, from the field of the unknown. So this idea of being present in the moment, it's an old chestnut, right? Everybody's like, be present. Great. Well, how do you do it? The first part for me is to acknowledge what my Buddha nature is. Am I content Buddha? Am I joyful Buddha? Am I pissed off Buddha? Am I political Buddha? Am I misanthropic Buddha? Am I Buddha with am I Buddha with gas? That's right. Like, can I open up to every part of myself? Can I be okay with everything just as it is? I'm angry. And the more I try and get out of that anger, the more I try and push it down, the more I get pissed at myself for being angry, the more I'm keeping myself in an old pattern. But if I can just say, oh, there's angry Buddha, there's depressed Buddha, there's Buddha that does not want to get out of bed in the morning. Okay. So instead of beating myself up for not getting out of bed, it's just that simple. Oh, there's lazy Buddha. All right, now I have acknowledged and recognized something, and there's just a little bit of space, between what my thoughts are and me, right? If I'm saying, oh, that's angry Buddha, well, then I'm pointing to something that's not me, because my nature is the Buddha nature. Your nature is the Buddha nature. So here's another Buddha quote. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger, right? Thank you, Vanessa and Lorraine. Thank you, Kaleo, my brother, for your comments. Keep the comments coming. I love seeing them. So you'll be punished by your anger. You'll be punished by your guilt. Not that the guilt is punishing you. We're punishing ourselves for heaping on this additional BS, belief systems, this additional BS that comes with all the guilt and the shame that keeps us locked in these old repetitive patterns of blame and guilt and regret and lower vibrational frequencies, right? So when I can say, oh, there's regretful Buddha, there's shameful Buddha, there's Buddha with recrimination, there's blaming Buddha, then I have a little bit of space, and an ideal state achieved. The Buddha nature is an ideal state that's achieved purely through human means. It's an ideal state achieved by humans through purely human means. That means that the attainment of enlightenment can only be achieved in our humanness. It can only be achieved through us being human, and being human is fully being present to everything that we're feeling. There's not one part. Let me say it again. There's not one part of you. There's not one thing that you can think. There's not one thing that you can feel. There's not one thing that you can experience that doesn't deserve your love and compassion. And the beginning of breaking out of the frequencies of addiction to blame and shame and guilt, the way out is the way in. As we open up gently to what's so, without trying to change it. That's the biggest part, that we're opening up gently to what's so without trying to change it. So much of what I get caught in is wanting to get out of what I'm feeling. I don't want to feel this way. I shouldn't be feeling this way. I shouldn't be angry, and I'm pissed at myself for being angry, So that's where our anger is punishing us. That's where our guilt and shame and blame are punishing us. We're punished by it, not for it. We're not being punished because we have those feelings. Those are natural feelings. And the only way that we can achieve our true awakened state of enlightenment is through human means. That means by being purely human, really human, with all of it. This is the hardest part, because trying to change it, again, comes from the past. Trying to get out of the way I'm feeling means that I'm either hoping for a future better me, or I'm caught in guilt and blame and recrimination about the past. But the greater part of our wisdom is what we don't know. And anything from the past or the future only comes from my experience. In other words, I can't futurize something because I don't know what it holds, but I know what my past experience is, so I'm bringing my past into my future, or I'm nostalgic for the past. Either way, it's from the realm of what I know. Are you guys tracking me on this? It's from the realm of what I know. But we want to create alchemical thinking, magical thinking. And we create the magic, we create the alchemy from what we don't know. It comes from a realm of knowledge, a dimension of knowledge that is unknown to me right now. It's not unknown. It's known to the mind of God. It's known to the infinite. And parts of it are known to other people. But there's a whole lot of shit I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. That's where we create from. And what we do by coming into the present moment and not being caught in the future or the past, by saying, by acknowledging your Buddha nature in this moment. I'm angry Buddha. I'm confused Buddha. I'm unhappy Buddha. I'm sad Buddha. I'm joyful Buddha. I'm horny Buddha. Yeah, I'm I'm a horny Buddha, baby. Say that to your spouse or loved one. Hey, baby, I'm horny Buddha. So so I'm so glad, Amy. Yes, thank you. I needed this too today. Thank you. And DJ, thank you. All mistakes come from being a fallible human being, but there are no mistakes. That's just the point. That our path to enlightenment is purely through human means. It's purely through experiencing all of the stuff we experience. And when we try and suppress it and get away from it, we're not really experiencing it. So that's why we are in this place of coming to naming our nature. Horny Buddha, Buddha with heartburn, loving Buddha, joyful Buddha, passive aggressive Buddha, just whatever it is, it's okay. Whatever you're feeling, it's okay. It's okay to feel exactly what you're feeling. There's not one part of you, not one single subatomic particle that doesn't deserve love and compassion. I don't care how messed up you think your thoughts are. It deserves love and compassion. So, look, we create from the infinite. We create from the unknown in the present moment. The only access that we have is in the present, not in the past and not in some fantasy about the future. It's in the present. And from that present moment, we can then access these higher dimensions of knowledge by creating an opening in our consciousness, by creating a place in our awareness for this new possibility to exist. So let's break it down to something real, right? Like you're in a fight with your spouse. You're in a situation at work. You're unhappy about the current political climate. These are all things that we might not know exactly what to do, right? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to feel. So what we want to do, we don't know, because what we know is the known, our known body of knowledge. We want to create from the unknown. We want to create from the mystical field of the unknown. And so we do that by first creating a place in our awareness for this possibility to take form, a place in our awareness for this possibility to emerge. Here's how I've been thinking about it recently, brought on by my teacher, by one of my teachers, my great teacher and friend and brother, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. At his talk on Sunday, he talked about the altar of your consciousness. And I loved that. This idea that I have an altar that I place physical things on, but let's create an altar in our consciousness. And this altar in our consciousness, now just take a second, close your eyes if you can. If you're driving, don't close your eyes, but close your eyes and imagine your altar. Man, it's just beautiful. See it? I see, like, my altar always looks like it has this like mirror, and it looks kind of like an old Art Deco, like wood, um, beautiful wooden carved, and I see there's flowers on the altar, and there's my teachers, pictures of my teachers and the ancestors. There's elements of fire and water and air and earth, beautiful crystals. Like, create your altar, right? Create the altar of your awareness. And now, this is the place that you go, and you keep building it, right? I want you to daydream about the altar of your consciousness. And when we're talking about alchemical thinking, when we're talking about magical thinking, when we don't know the answer to something, like, first we acknowledge there's angry Buddha, there's horny Buddha, there's pissed off Buddha, there's loving Buddha, there's needy Buddha, there's codependent Buddha. Whatever nature you are experiencing, it deserves love. So that's the first part of being in the present moment. And now, whatever you're angry, horny, pissed off, loving, codependent about, you don't know how to solve it. You don't have the solution right at hand. Then we move into surrender. And we surrender it to the altar of our consciousness. And it is there where we can just place it. We humbly see yourself walking like you were walking up to the altar of the Holy of the Holies in Egypt. You're walking up humbly with this burden. And trust me, the heaviest burdens we carry are the thoughts in our head. That's the heaviest burdens that we carry. So you're walking up humbly with this, what you don't know. I don't know how to resolve the political situation. I don't know how to resolve this issue with my spouse or my boyfriend or girlfriend. I don't know how to resolve this habitual habit, this addiction that I have. I don't know how. I surrender it. I don't know. I surrender it. I put it on the altar of my consciousness. Lay it there like you're humbly walking up to offer this up. I offer it up to the Lord. My mother used to say, I offer it up to the Lord. What she meant was, I offer it up to the law. For there's a law, a universal law that says what you think about, you bring about. And so when I'm creating a place in my awareness for a when I'm creating a place in my awareness for a divine idea to emerge, I'm abiding by the law, for I know that all possibilities exist in the realm of the infinite, and that I have access to them. I have access to them when I place my worries, my doubts, my fears, my upset, my regret, my blame, my shame, when I place my not knowingness, my confusion on the altar of my consciousness, and I allow the law to work its magic, its alchemy. The law is an organizing principle. The law is an organizing principle. And it is the organizing principle that is active in the mitochondria of your cells. It is the organizing principle that transmutes the food that you eat into flesh and bone and eyes and organs. Do you realize that? That you have an organizing principle within you that transmutes, like the most magical alchemy on the altar of the Holy of the Holies, transmutes base elements into consciousness. You are a living, moving being of consciousness, and that chia pudding and banana or McMuffin that you ate, whatever it was that you ate this morning for breakfast, is right now being transmuted and transformed into consciousness. That's the power within you. That's amazing. Now, that's the organizing principle. That's the law. So when we say give it up to the Lord, we say give it up to the law. Give it up to the organizing principle. We place it on the altar of our awareness, for we know that the organizing principle that organizes this mechanism of circulation and assimilation and elimination within your body, the organizing principle that spins planets without human compulsion, the organizing principle that arranges galaxies and multiverses, that's the same organizing principle that's going to work the law on your issue, on that juggernaut that you can't solve. The reason why you can't solve it is because you're using the limited tools that you have from what you know. And we're in the business of creating magic from what we don't know in the realm of infinite possibility. And we access that by being present. And we get present by acknowledging our Buddha nature and not letting anything that we feel or think or experience rise to the level of shame or guilt, by allowing everything that we feel and think, everything that we feel and think, to be bathed in the light of love and compassion. So that's how we get to our alchemical thinking. So to recap, angry Buddha. Do I need to recap? All right. Angry Buddha. Eric, thank you for that beautiful comment. And you are a Rythmia-ite as well. So look, here it is. We're gonna work backward to the beginning. Is magical thinking and alchemical thinking come from creating from the unknown. That we when we are stuck in a problem, we're stuck because we're trying to create from what we know. We're trying to create from the known, which is a very limited realm of our dimension of knowledge, where the greater dimensions of knowledge are available from the unknown. How do we access the unknown? By trusting in the law, the lawful universe, the law that is within us, the organizing principle that is assimilating our food and circulating it and eliminating it. Boy, let's just be grateful for elimination. Ah! Because if I didn't eliminate, I would really be full of shit, right? You know what I mean? Like, be grateful for elimination. Full of it. I am full of it. I'm full of love, baby. I'm full of joy, baby. I'm also full of sometimes anger and recrimination and judgment and opinion, right? I'm opinionated Buddha. I am political Buddha right now. I'm liberal Buddha. Ah! And there's conservative Buddha too, right? It's all part of the human nature, and there's not one part of what you're feeling, one part of what I'm feeling. I believe, Stephen says. I believe. Amen. Can I get an amen? Can I get a hallelujah? Yes, I feel like a preacher right now, baby. Love is not my new Rolls Royce. Love is not the fine Italian suits that I wear. No, love is the donations that you will make to get the baby Jesus out of the intensive care unit. So, I'm going off. I believe, Stephen says. I hope I don't sound like a preacher or preacher boy, but there is something to preach about. So we access this magical thinking by accessing the law, by surrendering what we're working on, what we're confused about, what we can't see a way out of. On the altar of our consciousness, we create it. Place it on the altar of our consciousness. This allows us to be present. We give it up. We surrender it to the law. And when we're present, we can open up gently. We can open up gently to what's so exactly as it is, without any judgment about it. Loving ourselves, loving our full self, because what awakening means, what Buddha means, is an ideal state of achieved by humans through purely human means. That means we got to feel all of our humanness, all of it. So, all right, y'all, that is Angry Buddha. Should we have a little Angry Buddha on the way out? Should we play a little Angry Buddha on the way out? Let's see here. Let's see if I can get it up and running. You know what? I don't think I can. I'm gonna say this to you: peace and richest blessings. I'm so glad, Cam. Thank you, man. Thank you for that beautiful comment, Stephen. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Dorota, as always. DJ, everybody. Tammy, Feek, Marnetta, all of you. Mike, thank you. Susan, thank you. Susan's coming. All right. Can't wait to see you all. Stephanie, thank you all for joining us. Have a beautiful day. Whatever your Buddha nature is, let it be your beautiful Buddha nature. Right now, I'm going to be busy Buddha because I got to get ready to go to Rythmia. I'm leaving on Saturday to go down and help get ready for you all November 1st. God bless you and keep you, and shine its face upon you, and bring you peace, and raise you to its countenance with much love. Thank you all. Thank you, Bessel. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Peace and blessings, everybody.